Pokemon is one of the most beloved franchises of all time, evidenced by its upcoming 30th anniversary and its ever-growing fan base even still. With such a passionate community, it's no surprise that fans have taken creative liberties with the franchise, crafting their own stories, videos, fanfiction, and so much more. One of the best expressions of fan creativity is fan games, particularly ROM hacks. Hey guys, I'm Rob, and in this video presented by the Game House, we're diving into the world of Pokemon ROM hacks, what they are, why you should try them, and which ones we recommend. A quick favor before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you're a Pokemon fan, make sure to subscribe to this channel because we've got different Let's Plays, tier lists, news updates, and so much more daily Pokemon content coming out, well, daily, as we already stated. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Let us know which Pokemon ROM hack or fan game you're most interested in, whether it's a new one we suggest, or if it's one that you've already played, because your suggestions might help others discover some of these amazing games. Lastly, just a quick disclaimer, the Pokemon Company really isn't the biggest fan of fan-made creations using their IP, specifically these games. So while fan games are a labor of love, using them for profit can lead to serious consequences. Please proceed with caution and respect their work. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump into the first part of today's video. What are Pokemon ROM hacks? Pokemon ROM hacks are modified versions of official Pokemon games, created by fans using special tools to alter the game's content. It's just a long way of saying people are taking the original coding of the game and modifying them with small tweaks to completely major overhauls, offering different gaming experiences that go beyond the original games. The most common games used as bases for ROM hacks are Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon Fire Red. While some hacks simply enhance these existing games, as we discussed earlier, most aim to create entirely new adventures with original stories, custom features, and yes, even Fakemon, also known as fan-designed Pokemon species. The sheer variety of Pokemon ROM hacks in development at any given time showcases the passion and creativity of the fan community, as each hack reflects the developer's deep love for the Pokemon series. Now that you know enough about, what Pokemon ROM hacks are, we're going to try to convince you why you should be giving them a try. The reason we decided to even make this video was due to the void of Pokemon content at the time of this recording. It has been nearly 2 years since the last Pokemon game was released, and while there are more Pokemon games on their way, fans still need to get their fill. Pokemon ROM hacks do a great job of giving you so much more Pokemon, to the point that you could theoretically play a new Pokemon game once a month if you started ROM hacks and likely still would not catch up. But not only are they just normal Pokemon games, many of them actually improve and even offer different genres within a Pokemon game. You can try roguelike Pokemon with Pokerogue, auto chess with Pokemon Auto Chess, and even open world sprite games like Pokemon Crystal Clear, with so many more options out there for you to choose from. Lastly, there are developers who make entire Pokedexes with their own Pokemon, which, as we discussed, are generally called Fakemon. Sometimes these can be Pokemon that are added to evolutionary lines, like ones we discussed in another video where we made a tier list of the potential future evolutions that you should definitely check out at the end of this video. Other ones are completely made up, and they have over 100 Pokemon with real Pokemon added to fill out the Pokedex. There are just so many different reasons to give ROM hacks a try. And we will end this section with convincing you that not only are they a blast, but they're also easy to find and to play. While we're not going to give exact details, again, do not want to irk the Pokemon Company too much, but you can download emulators and then ROM hacks for free. You just need to make sure that you are not downloading something that could hurt your computer, but once these generally small files are done downloading, in just a few minutes, you can easily jump right into a brand new game. Now we're going to give a couple different recommendations for Pokemon ROM hacks that you should be checking out. First one is going to be Pokerogue. It's a roguelike Pokemon game, as we discussed, and it's one that if you have been watching this video, you've probably seen a few different shots of, or at least some B-roll of it, as we call it, and it is extremely addicting. The Pokemon Company ever decided to make an official version of this game, it would be a huge hit. It would make them so much money, and it's a lot of fun to the point where you are just doing the battles and you're just trying to reach the end game where you will end up fighting, I believe it's Eternatus. I still haven't gotten there myself, unfortunately, but it's a lot of fun if you enjoy the battling aspect of it, and it still allows you to collect all the different Pokemon. Shiny Pokemon have their own thing, and there's a lot of different variations and storylines that even go on throughout the game itself. So very high on our recommendation list, on mine specifically. The other one is Emerald Sea Glass, a Pokemon version that is a stunning remake of Pokemon Emerald, featuring updated graphics that are reminiscent of Generations 1 and 2. And this ROM hack combines nostalgia for those of us who are on the older side of Pokemon fans with fresh new designs and mechanics, and even giving us some of the newer Pokemon from games like Sun and Moon and Scarlet and Violet that are now in this older form, making it really feel like you are playing the game way back in the day when it initially came out, but still giving you some of the new, better variations of Pokemon, even adding things like fairy typing in there. And then we also have a bunch of different versions and ROM hacks that were given to us, or well, more specifically voted on by all the different Pokemon ROM hack fans on Reddit. You should be seeing them on your screen now. There are a couple, obviously, that we already discussed here, but there are so many other ones that you should be giving a try. And these ones are just some of the best ones that many of those people who are not only fans of ROM hacks, but who also make them, feel like are the top level, and the ones that you need to make sure that if you're starting your Pokemon ROM hack journey, that these are near the top of your list. You can find these different ROM hacks pretty easily, and as we discussed earlier, they're very easy to download and start playing, which will allow you to be taken on new Pokemon adventures you never thought possible, quicker than you ever thought possible as well. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this video. Let us know what you would like for us to discuss on our next video, where we do our best to answer different questions that maybe you all have suggested, or just discuss different Pokemon topics that we think are relevant and hopefully interesting to all of you. But that will wrap it up for us on this one. Thanks for watching, and from our house to yours, I will catch you on the next one.